Support and resistance, one of the most famous topic in trading. But what is support and resistance? How can you use it? And in special, how you can earn money while trading with support and resistance. All these topics we will focus today step by step. So if you like the video, smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, and I would say, let's go. So guys, the first thing we have to focus here is like the definition of support and resistance. And for this, I want to explain you now what is support and resistance in the theory. First of all, it's important to say here that there are two types of support and resistance. One of them is like the static support and resistance I want to show you now. And next to this, we have like the dynamic support and resistance, which we want to focus after this example. So let's take a look on this market situation. The market is coming down, comes to a consolidation period here, and is going forward downstairs here. But in this period, we have a perfect like static support and resistance. So what I do in situations like this is I'm going to take a horizontal way here. Then I want to, for example, like mark this situation here, and next to this I mark this situation down here. Why I do this is because here we have our support and resistance. So here on this point you can see our support, and on this point you can see our resistance area. But what does it mean? That means that in like our support and resistance areas, the market is like having a repetitive move here. And so you can see on this point here on our support zone, the market is all the time reacting in a like exploding or like upgoing situation here. And the opposite here is our like resistant area, which you can see here, because our like resistant area is the point where the market is also reacting all the time, have a repetitive moving here also, but here downwards. So guys, now we have here our support and our resistant area. But in like the real market situation, you mostly don't make like a line here, you will go with a box. So for example, you can like mark these areas with two boxes because you want to give the market a little bit space. And on this point, I all time doing like this, that I'm going to make my support box here in green and my resistance box I want to focus here in red, because my resistant area is the point where I want to open a short trade, and my support box is the point where I want to enter in a long position. So after this, we have now our support and resistance area here perfectly. So what we can do now in a situation like this is to enter our long and short trades. But for this, you have to be careful. You have, like I would say, wait if the market is coming two times in a situation like this. After this, you can speak from a resistance, and same here from a support area. So what that means, I would say with this point, I would go in a long position. Here, I want to go in a short position, a long position, short position. And these points are like a perfect example for support and resistance, but in a static area. So I would say, let's go in the chart and look for a situation like this. So guys, here we have a perfect example here for a support and resistance area here on the Bitcoin chart. So what we see here is like a static support and resistance. And what does it mean? As the example, we are coming here from a downtrend. We react on this point first time, moving up, moving down, moving up, moving down, moving up, moving down. And this is how support and resistance works here. So what does it mean? We have here the reaction every time on the same point here in our support area, and every time here also in our resistance area. And that means that we can use these areas for perfectly like trade enters here. So that would mean we could go in a long position here, we could go in a long position here, we could also like went here in a short position and went here also in a short position. So you can see there are a lot of trade entries. And for example, on this point here, like a long trade would go over 4%. So yeah, that's how support and resistance work in this kind of way. But these are examples mostly for like consolidation periods in the market, because if you like in an up or in a downtrend, you will not often see like support and resistance areas like this. But for this example, we have our second type of support and resistance here, and I want to show you now. So guys, here you can see an example for like a dynamic support and resistance example. So what do we see here? We see like the market is going up all the time. So it would not make sense if we go here, for example, like last time with our horizontal weight, and like mark these areas here, because there is no support and resistance on these level. We are here in like an uptrend. But on an example like this, we can go here with our trend line and mark all the like high points here, and we can like mark all the low points here. And as you can see, our highs and our lows are all coming here typical to the same area. So in an example like this, I make like this point here in red and the down point here in green, because I want to make long here and short points here. So one little trick here of mine is that you have to pick this little point here, so like the rotated rectangle. And if you click on it, for example, here you go here with our support area and make a double click, you can make like a period here. We do the same here with our resistance area, so we do the same here. We make it like, yeah, like this, I would say. Mark it here in red again. So we have here our resistance area, and now you have like a perfectly dynamic support and resistance here. So guys, here we have a perfect example how the dynamic support and resistance can work in the chart. So we are again here in the Bitcoin, and you can see we are here in the uptrend, and we form here like a perfectly support and resistance area. So we have resistance here, we have resistance here, we have resistance here, resistance here. Same here, we have support here, support here, support here. So this shows you how dynamic support and resistance would work in an example like this. Here we break our resistance and we are going up forward. So guys, that means this is a like perfectly example how dynamic support and resistance can work in the chart. All in all, that's it about today's first episode here of support and resistance. For sure, that's not all about support and resistance. That's just the basic knowledge. So if you want me to make more videos about support and resistance, if you want me to live trade support and resistance areas, let me know in the comments. Next to this, if you like the video, subscribe to this channel, smash the like button, and I would say goodbye, guys.